So.
Okay. How's your team done so far this year as compared to previous years?
Well, we've had a great season. The best. I mean, seasons are certainly equated with wins and losses. And a couple of years ago, we had a fantastic season, 26-7-2. This year, we can pass that, but that the win and loss doesn't just say how well the team has done. I mean, we've played. Right now, we're sitting at 23-7-3, and we've played some very good teams, and we've played very well. Um, so this team is really up there as far as one or two other teams that have been able to accomplish as much as they have, and also been that talent of players.
Okay. What are some of the essential strategies or essential players that help you get to where you are this year?
Well, I think that the biggest thing, team-wise, that has really made us or put us in a situation to be as successful as we are, is our depth. We're four lines deep. We're seven defensemen deep. We're two goaltenders deep, and that's what is similar to those teams that were as successful, a couple of years ago. And when we can come out and just go and go and go and go, and not see any difference between our first line and our fourth line, then teams tend to have trouble with that. And then player wise, there's talent the whole way through. I mean, Curry and Polkowski are outstanding goaltenders. If you start with the blue line with Hutch, Frank, and Bill, and you wind up with the green line with Greco, Lausch, and Turney, I mean, there's just talent the whole way through. So, it's tough to single out one player. Defensively, it's the same type thing. We get offense from guys like Spielman and McVicker, and we get defense from some of the other guys, Dobis, and so it's tough to point out one player, but I think overall our depth has been our biggest strategy, if you will, in pushing us to where we're at this year.
Okay. Are there any comical stories you can think of offhand that might have happened maybe on a road trip or in a locker room?
For this year?
Yeah.
They're all just they're all just comical. Every trip we go on, everything that we do, I mean, these guys are just, they're just a howl. I guess one of the guys were here for the alumni game, and I don't know whose idea. Every time we go on a road trip, every restaurant we go to, unfortunately, it's my birthday. Every restaurant, every meal, all the time. Even when I remember to tell them that it's not my birthday, it's my birthday. So it was pretty funny this year when at the alumni game, so I don't know whose idea it was, and I'm sure it wasn't old players. I'm sure it was current players. At the alumni game, at the meal after the game, all of a sudden the lights went out. Here comes Coach Harry Spielman carrying in a birthday cake, and everybody's singing happy birthday. I mean, so, but, you'll have to talk to some of the guys. There's tons of, I think Dean actually fitting in the overhead compartment of the bus kind of made me chuckle. I mean, I've never seen a player do so in all my years, fit in that overhead compartment. And I just kind of looked at that, and that was pretty humorous. But there's tons of funny stories.
Okay. Are there any nicknames the players call you, and if so, how'd you get them?
The players call me?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I kind of was expecting that the other way. I guess I have a nickname, and I'm affectionately referred to as Coach Bull. So I'm sure that it has to do with, and these guys don't know. I mean, it's from a team quite a few years ago, and I'm not quite sure if it's my reference to that. I frequently may refer to something being bull something. And that was a long time ago, and that's kind of when it started. But then there was also that gangster, that the Bull Gravano, Sammy the Bull Gravano, and that was all part of that gangster era a couple of years ago. Well, quite a few years ago, and kind of Jay Schlau, I think, came up with that. One of our Jersey players, and I guess it's kind of stuck. And I guess they just like that name.
Okay. How does your team play at home as compared to away?
Well, that's a really good question. I don't necessarily think it's as much at home as it is. Our team has problems with, um, let's say, what they consider off games. So it doesn't matter if it's at home or if it's on the road. If they consider a team not to be, at, their level, if you will, they have problems with that. So, one of the things that we've talked about is any team can beat any team on any given night. And that's, one of the problems that we have. I think as we get closer to the finals, though, I think they've really taken it upon themselves and said, hey, every team needs played, with everything that you can. But overall, I think home and road hasn't been a whole lot of consideration. I really think it's who we've been playing this year.
Okay, what makes you want to be the IUP ice hockey coach?
Well, I love the game. I love being around the guys. I like trying to teach a few things and think that, they're grasping a couple of things, getting better as players, getting better as young men, and I've been coaching a long time, and I think the university is an outstanding university, and I'm proud to be in a position to represent the university with our team, and I really enjoy the caliber of player that we get year after year after year. So I enjoy doing it.
Okay, who are some of the tougher competitors that you face each year?
Well, Penn State's a great hockey program, great institution. They're just every year. We can count on having our hands full with them. But over the last couple of years that we've jumped up and playing some of the bigger teams. When we're playing Michigan and Central Michigan and Miami of Ohio, and those teams are good. They're very good, and we bump into them year after year somewhere. And but quite frankly, the University of Pittsburgh, the last couple of years, has just been tough to play against. And I might get back to what we talked about. Sometimes the guys don't think that Pitt's quite there, and don't bring their A game. And Pitt is good, so it doesn't matter what guys think about them. It matters, what game you bring that night. So, but all the bigger schools, they're just great competition.
Okay, and lastly, how is your relationship with the players?
Well, I think it's pretty good. I enjoy their company to a certain degree. I don't mind them in my office chewing my ears off on a bus trip, or about this or about that. But no, they're good guys. They're good people, good character. I think we've got a pretty good relationship. I think they know what I'm trying to do, and that's prepare them as well as I can to go out and play their best hockey and to represent the university and our community well. And we have a lot of fun. It's a good experience. I hope for them. It certainly is for me year after year. That's one of the reasons I keep coming back. I enjoy the type of player that we get up here, and we have a pretty good relationship, not just with the players, but with the coaching staff. We try and surround ourselves with people that are good people. So we have a pretty good relationship.
Okay, that's everything.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Sure.